who in their right mind doesn't want to fall into an iron farm? I mean, that just seems like common sense. Oh, of course I want to fall into the iron farm. Look at all the golems. They're having so much fun. I mean, look at this behind me. There's dirt and there's stone and there's grass and it needs help, y'all. And I think it is time to get rid of the cave look and actually make this place look at least some level of good. So let's get to it. Step one of this project is going to start over here. I'm going to move this bed out of the way. And, you know, it's a nice bed, but it's definitely in the way. And I'm going to extend out villager space here. Now, I don't know what I'm going to put here. I'm thinking, yeah, let's put at least one leather worker so that if I need to, I can buy saddles. Obviously, I have to trade them all up, but and probably a cartographer or 2 or 3 maybe. Beyond that, I don't know. So, but if I get the villagers in place, then I could add whatever I need to over here and everything's going to be great. So the new villager trading area is built. I need to get the villagers in. I've got a couple of babies. I've got some more breeding up. So this is just going to have to wait for more villagers to happen. But that's fine. That is totally a thing that is easy to do. Waiting is something I can do. But you don't have to wait because we've got a whole video to do. I think the next thing I want to do is clean out a bunch of this wood and dirt that's up above here and up above here. And let's try to figure out then kind of what the next plan is for the decor. So this side is dug out, at least most of the way. And you can see here's the edge of where my base inside the cave was. It's my old furnace array. For now, I'm going to leave this here until I figure out what the heck I'm going to put all back here. And now I should have, yeah, you can see the villager popping up and down over there. So I should be able to drop another villager in there. I said I need 4 more to fill that out. And then, while we're waiting for that, we'll dig out over here. And then I think I'm going to be playing with a little bit of redstone. I want to get this iron farm set into a little bit of some sorted storage. So let's get into that. So we're going to come this way a little bit. Now, this being the iron farm, I would really like to not accidentally fall into it. I know, weird, right? Who in their right mind doesn't want to fall into an iron farm? I mean, that just seems like common sense. Oh, of course I want to fall into the iron farm. Look at all the golems. They're having so much fun. Yeah, no, that's not me. Nope, nope. And I'm going to have to get underneath the farm so I can mess with the hoppers. Which I think, is that here? Yes, okay. Cool. Now I need to do this in such a way that I don't accidentally drop flaming iron golems on my head, because that would be really, really awkward. You know, I don't know if you've ever had some giant flaming metal thing fall on your head. It's not as much fun as it sounds, and I highly recommend that maybe don't let that happen to you. And I'm going to try to do that myself. All right, so I've got the beginnings of what I'm hoping will be redirected output for the iron farm. The iron's all going to come over here, which is great. But I want to save the poppies as well. And I'm not sure. See, these chests are all going to come out. So I will actually have a little bit of space. I could put poppy output kind of over here. It would be behind the clerics. And yeah, I could just maybe a couple of barrels or something there. That might work out okay. The trick is getting everything where I need it to go. Okay, I've got the sorting system in place, so I'm sorting out poppies down here. They're going to end up over that way. The iron will continue across and head into this dropper elevator and go into the storage that I've got over here. So the next little bit of fun is going to be getting back here and turning these hoppers around so that they output into the system. So janky redstone is in place. I need to cap all of these hoppers, but I've got this set up. So the poppies are coming through here. They're getting composted, popped up this item elevator and into, well, these guys right over, well, okay. Maybe, all right, no, I can't do it. I can't Minecraft. Anyway, it goes into those barrels. The iron then, of course, hits this item elevator and ends up, well, currently in these hoppers because I need to put the chest back. But this is set. All of the output is done. Cool, so now I can actually get around and decorate the thing. I've got the last villager moved in. I cleaned up all the rail, and I'm in the process of, well, curing a couple of these guys. These three on the end here. These three I've got set as cartographers, and they're, I fed them to the zombie once. You know, I might do it again before I upgrade to 1.20.2, which completely nerfs that and only lets you convert them once. I also have a leather worker now, who I have also fed to the zombie once, but once is all I needed. I just wanted to, yeah, kind of get the leather trade cheap, but really just get the ladle. Yes, that's how that works. The saddle trade cheap, because words are not things I can say today. I don't know what I'm going to do with these other four. Something. I fully expect something will happen to them, but for now, they're just going to sit there and gaze at the leather worker. So now I think I need to get in and get back to decorating this place and just making it all around prettier. I think the first place I want to work on the prettiness is actually right here where I was getting the iron farm in place, or the iron output in place. And you know what might be fun would be to set this up and maybe build like a fireplace or something here. I mean, I've already got the lava going on here. The only catch is I've got these chests, right, where the composted poppies, right, all the bone meal ends up. And I can't really push them any further into this wall. I already knocked out that one deep slate there to put the hopper in. And so if I do decide to move it, I'm going to have to move that output somewhere else, which is doable, but a little bit annoying. But I think I could do something cool here. I just have to be sure I do it without letting all of this lava out, because that would be a little hot and spicy. Yeah, that's a nice little view of the iron farm. You know, the glass and just got a nice little nook going on. And yeah, the barrels are a little bit out of place. If I'd been using spruce logs, this would have been great. But yeah, I think that's going to work. And I'll just bring this side all the way up as well. And I think I'll add a few more cherry logs as accents and stuff, a little bit more around this. I want to leave the pink cherry planks in a lot of places, but I think bringing in more of these logs is going to soften the brightness of the pink and really help make this area pop a little bit. Yeah, so playing around a little bit, I think I've got a reasonable design here for the wall above the, well, those are farmers, but heck, these are farmers. I don't need bookshelves over these guys. But over these guys, I do. And, but it's a good basic design here, right? Now, yeah, over these farmers, I'll probably replace some of these. I might actually replace them all with books. I don't know. I could do a few other things there that could be interesting, but I like this idea, and we'll just bring it all the way across here. I think this is going to end up looking actually fairly nice. Now that's looking pretty nice. I went through with all of these guys, and I bought a few of their books, like, you know, all right, buy a Sharpness 5 book, right, to throw up on the shelf. And that just sort of fills that in. It's nice, easy storage so that if I want to come up and say, oh, I need an Efficiency 5 book, I can just pop one right off the shelf and I'm all set. And so that's looking pretty good. The next step is going to be to come over on this side and replicate a lot of that same look over here. So these guys are all in place. I put in the barrels here so there's a little bit of storage. Like if I decide to buy a saddle from this guy, I can throw them up there and just keep things nice and happy and organized with whatever these villagers sell. I am going to go ahead and get a fisherman for, I don't know. I'm sure I have a reason. I don't know what it is right now, but I probably have one. This guy's a problem because I had centered it in the room, but then I built some other things out and it's no longer centered. So what I'm going to do is move that row of the sugarcane farm to this side. That will center the farm in the room with all of this stuff, and everything should be great. Okay, I think we've got this going. Shifted that one side over, so I've got plenty of sugar capacity, or the same sugar capacity. I just need to hop up here now and finish filling in some of this top area, which sure, that'll be fun to figure out. And then same up here. And then I think this is going to be good. I think good things are happening. And yeah, everything is looking a little cleaner on this side. This guy does not want to be a fisherman. I don't know what his problem is. I think he's just confused, and I don't know. Villagers, they be like that. So the last thing I need to do is clean up my mess here and do this corner up here, which I think is going to be quick and awesome and amazing. And this corner area is now done. This was a little bit of a challenge because obviously I can't put two trapdoors on blocks that are directly diagonal from each other, but I think this kind of works. It helps that the side with the Fletchers is a little bit larger than the side with the Clerics. And I decided not to go with the barrels up above them. I may still do that later, but for now, we'll just leave it with the bookshelves. It's a nice little variation of color. And ultimately, this room is looking really, really nice. But there's one more thing I want to do before I call this part of the project done, and that's this entryway right here. See, it's really narrow, coming in between the storage system here for the farmers, the bamboo farm, and then into the trading hall. And what I want to do is close off the top area up here and basically give it a little bit of a sort of an archway or a doorway or something that will bring the narrowness down, because this just looks really tall and skinny, and that I think makes it feel even more narrow than it is. So I'm keeping the same pattern that we've got basically in here. Stone brick, regular brick, and stone brick again. I gave it a little deep slate tiled arch going on here, which works great for this 3-block wide space. Coming in here, though, it's a little bit awkward because we narrow down to a 2-block wide space that's sort of at this weird angle. So I can't really arch this. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw in some slabs there. Oh, you know what might be good? Let's, hey, maybe not that way. Let's throw a stair in on one side. So it kind of fits in this way. I tried putting a stair in over here like this. Just playing with it. And it looks really funky from the side. So instead, I'm just going to leave that as a slab. Okay. But I think in here, what might look really cool is let's take some of this these cherry planks and just bring some of this pink in this way and plank that up. Now it's a little weird here because of the walls. I think what I want to do is maybe replace these walls here with some deep slate tile, which okay, there we go. Deep slate tile. Perfect. Just so I don't quite get that funkiness with the wall textures it binds there. But that's going to give a nice little bit of that pink color as we come through. So yeah, this is looking like a pretty reasonable arch. Nothing too crazy. It's a narrow space, but by filling in the top, this entryway doesn't feel quite as tall and skinny now. Now it's feeling a little bit more, the scale's feeling better, I guess, is what we're talking about. And then you come in here, and this is looking so nice. So much better. We've got all the light from the frog lights going all the way across. I could add some ceiling lighting, but there's really no reason. I've just got so much light in here because I'm running frog lights everywhere. And I think this is doing great. Could I add a couple of more cherry trees in here maybe to split the librarians up? I could, but I like having that be the dividing line between the different types of villagers. So overall, I think this area is done and it's looking so much better than it was. And I think that is going to do it for me today. This has been fun. A little shorter episode, but man, it's amazing what just a little bit of love can do to a build. It just makes it look so much better. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. And remember, hit that like button, subscribe, all the good things. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.